Hey guys, so last night I watched the new Fyre Fraud. It's a documentary about the Fyre Festival, the infamous, crazy, wild Coachella, Woodstock, everything all rolled into one disaster that happened last year, and they made a documentary about it. Now this one guy, Billy McFarland, he sold tickets for $500, $1,000, $12,000, $250,000 for an event he knew was never going to happen, and for bookings and villas that didn't exist. It was a spectacular fraud. The lawsuit that was filed was over $100 million in damages. And the reason I wanted to create this video is to talk about what protection you have as a credit card owner to protect yourself against this sort of Fyre fraud. So the one thing you can do if you were a victim of Fyre fraud or you get scammed in the future, your recourse is to file a chargeback with your credit card. If you file a chargeback, you can get your money back immediately. I'm gonna go into how chargebacks work, what are the best credit cards for chargebacks, and what are the rules so you can make sure you're protected if you get scammed by the Fyre fraud or whatever else is out there. Hey guys, my name is Andrew Wise with Life Tailored, and we talk about everything that makes your life amazing. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below so you get the latest as we release it, and I can help you out with any questions you have. Okay, so the number one rule about chargebacks is whenever you make a major purchase, you always need to use your credit card. If you use your debit card, you're not going to be as protected. The reason being is when you use a credit card, technically you're spending the credit card's money, so they have more motivation to go out and fight on your behalf to get that money back. Okay, so there are four main reasons you can dispute a chargeback. You can dispute a chargeback if there's a billing error or a duplicate charge. You can file a chargeback if somebody else uses your card without your permission. You can also file a chargeback when you've already contacted the merchant and made a good faith effort to get a refund on the purchase and they've refused. And then you can file a chargeback if you've received a good that's damaged, defective, or not as described. And that's what the Fyre fraud falls into. If you bought that ticket for $1,000 and you showed up to these tents and the cheese sandwich, you can get your money back. So that's the technicality for this chargeback for Fyre Festival, and anything like this that's a fraud, it's gonna be that you didn't get what you paid for. So what are the rules for filing chargebacks? According to the Fair Credit Billing Act, there are a couple different rules that your chargeback needs to fall under. One, it needs to be within 60 days of the billing cycle. So within 60 days of you making that charge, you need to file that chargeback. So in the case of the Fyre Festival, a lot of people bought their tickets maybe 6 months in advance, until 6 months later that it was a complete and utter sham. The one exception for this is American Express. They run their own bank and they also issue their own credit cards, so they don't have a time limit for chargebacks. So if you always want to be protected, for the next Fyre Festival scam, use your American Express card. Because you could wait a year to find out that this festival isn't going to happen and still file that chargeback and get your money back. The other rules are the charge needs to be over $50, which kind of explains itself. And finally, the way it works is credit card companies have 30 days to respond to your charge and 2 billing cycles to fully resolve it. So in the case with American Express, the way it works is they immediately refund your purchase, put that money away from your account, and then they go out there and they have 60 days to figure out what's going on. They contact the merchant to find out, is this fraud? Or are you trying to defraud the credit card companies? All that sort of stuff. Now, I do want to say there is one technicality that if you have a debit card, you technically can file a chargeback, but the protections and the chances of you winning are much, much lower. So that's why I wanted to stress again, always use a credit card when making any major purchase. So how do we actually file a chargeback? So the first thing you want to do is contact the merchant and say, listen, I believe that this product was not as described, or somebody else used my credit card, or any of the other 4 scenarios. You need to contact the merchant first and try to resolve it with them. In most cases, the merchant may just refund your money because a chargeback is a major blow to a merchant account. Myself running my own e-commerce store, I was deathly afraid of getting chargebacks. If you get enough chargebacks, you can lose your ability to sell online, and that's a major blow. So that's why you always want to contact the merchant and try to resolve it with them, because they're more than likely going to give you a refund or try to work something out with you. Now, once you've contacted the merchant and either they didn't resolve it or you weren't happy with their decision, then you just need to either call your bank or go online and click and file a dispute. On American Express, you don't actually file a chargeback. You just log in, click on the claim itself, click on the charge itself, and click dispute, and that initiates a chargeback and everything starts the gears working and gets the ball rolling for you. At that point, you don't have to do anything. American Express or Chase or whomever is going to then reach out to you and try to resolve everything based on the evidence they've collected. You may have to fill out something in the mail where they send you a form that says, please provide any documentation, receipts, etc., as well as your conversations with the merchant for you to get that full reimbursement at the end of the 60 or 90-day period. So I did want to mention the best credit cards for chargebacks, and I said it before, it's American Express. The reason being, they are their own bank, they issue their own credit cards, and they have no time limit for chargebacks. So going back to that Fyre Festival, if you book a ticket January 2017 and the Fyre Festival is January 2018, and you find out it's complete fraud, you can use your American Express card to file that chargeback and get your instant refund. So hopefully this was an insightful little tip for you guys. You learned how to protect yourself from frauds, from deception, from all that sort of stuff. Let me know down in the comments. Have you filed a chargeback before? What's been your experience? Did you get your money back? Did the merchant get a reversal on you? And let me know, did you see the documentary? What do you think? I know they have a Netflix documentary coming out this Friday. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Love to hear what you guys have to say. All right guys, see you soon.